Pisces, your weekly love tarot reading begins with the Queen of Swords, Five of Cups, Justice energy, and the Devil. This is Bow and Arrow Tarot. Thank you for joining me, and chances are you're new to my channel and new to my readings. So during the weekly love tarot readings, we always look at the other person in this connection. And for you, Pisces, your person is coming in with Lovers. Wow. Hierophant energy, High Priestess, and a Queen of Pentacles. Three major arcana cards and a strong court card. And at the bottom of this deck, we have more court energy, King of Swords. Okay, Pisces, right away, a lot of heavy energies here. We have a lot of major arcana, and we have some strong court card energy, right? I mean, the only card that is just a minor is the Five of Cups, and that's the card for sorrow and regret. So we're going to get to all of it, and we're going to take clarifiers. So let's jump right in, Pisces. My lovely Pisces, I love you guys. You're coming in with the Queen of Swords, and your person is coming in with Lover's energy. So this is just a position for the energies that the two of you are bringing right now at this time, okay? So for you, a lot of honesty, a lot of openness, and a lot of clarity. You're having some pretty difficult conversations, but it's coming from a place of confidence, right? Your person is coming in with Lover's energy. Lovers, a desire to come together in a very harmonious way, a desire to exchange, to be more than yourself, to be part of something. Lover's energy feels like your person is resonating with some heavy sort of soulmate energy here, right? But we're going to go deeper. What's this all about? You know, lovers. What's this all about? So let's, first of all, Pisces, I'm going to do one shuffle here. Let's first of all talk about that Queen of Swords. All right, let's get some clarity on that Queen of Swords. Eight of Pentacles and a Knight of Pentacles. Interesting. So I believe that combination came out for a whole nother reading. I'm pretty sure all three of those cards. But in any case, Pisces, right away you're coming in with a lot of hard work and determination. Like you are absolutely determined to achieve something in your life. With that Queen of Swords and that Eight of Pentacles and Knight of Pentacles energy there, it almost feels as though you're taking charge of something. You're taking charge of a particular path, right? You're certainly taking charge of work, you know, how much you're putting into your work. For some of you, I feel like something has become quite passionate for you. Like you've really come to a place where you understand who you are, right? And so this is very individual, it feels like. So let's go to your person, and then we're going to see what's the connection here. Lover's energy. Lover's energy. Whatever the title of the video is, that's after the reading. So I don't know where this reading is going, but trust me when I tell you, whatever the title is where we're going. But let's see what that Lover's energy is all about. Show me what's going on with Pisces person in this connection. Wow. Okay. Right away. Five of Cups again. And Three of Cups. Damn. What's the connection here between the two of you? What's the connection? Okay. So the connection here is that you both definitely know each other. You have history together, right? Your connection is that beautiful soulmate Six of Cards energy. This is the energy of deep friendships and bonds and loyalty, history, memories having been built. It's really, really lovely, deep affection. So there's a connection here. You both know each other, certainly. But damn, your person comes in, and I'm going to get to that Five of Cups, but your person comes in with more with resonating with Five of Cups. That's hurt, being hurt, being betrayed. Well, not being betrayed. Let me take that back. More or less hurt over a loss, not being able to get over a loss. I wonder if betrayed came in because maybe something happened here. We're going to go further. But right now, your person is resonating with a deep loss of a strong connection. Excuse me. Sorry about the mic. A deep loss of a strong connection, right? Or perhaps not being able to get over it. Okay. Let's go deeper. They have Three of Cups also here, so it seems to indicate that your person may be socializing a lot with friends, or they may be out and about in their social group, and something about that social time. Yes, they love it, they enjoy it, but it's reminding them of this heartache. And yet you two are connected here, right? So let's go further. Okay, let's go further. I'm going to come back to that king as well. So if we go further, we see here, Five of Cups is how you see them, and Hierophant is how they see you. So you see that they're hurt, and you see that they can't seem to get over this connection, right? You see that? It's very clear. It's very plain. Your person here, they see you as the Hierophant. It's interesting because they see you as somebody who's very steadfast and strong. You have this childhood connection here. The Hierophant is a teacher. You know, the Hierophant can be, you know, your guru or your teacher, your Bhagwan, your priest, you know, whatever. You know, the person that that provides wisdom and guidance and structure, and they see that in you. So this could very well be a budding relationship or a budding love connection between you and someone that you've been really good friends with for a while. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it feels like they're going through something. You're busy with work, right? But you're also very much aware that they're in pain. Like, you could see their pain. And that just feels to me like you understand them, you know them. Show me some more of that Five of Cups there for Pisces. Show me some more. Wow, a King of Cups, sweet. Oh, and the World, that's nice. So yeah, when you see them, it feels like there is a sense of completedness here for you. It does feel like, you know, I feel, let's pull their cards first, because I know what I'm feeling here, but I just want to get more clarity here for energy. What is well, I'm going to get that one. What did they see? More King energy. Damn, lot of court. Oh, wow. And Queen of Cups. There you go. So this is turning into a beautiful, beautiful love connection here, Pisces. When you see them, right? You are seeing someone, I feel like you're seeing someone who is like very strong, emotionally aware, emotionally mature, King of Cups. They resonate with some pretty fiery energy, some really solid energy. Right? The World card is there too. It feels very much like you're witnessing them go through a period of closure. It feels to me here like you're dealing with someone. This individual is someone who is like perfect kind of, I want to say perfect relationship material, right? This is somebody who is like, it feels like they're very responsible in a relationship. It feels like they're very, like they have all of the attributes. They're responsible, they're caring, they're nurturing, they're protective, right? They're all the things that you want from somebody when you have a healthy relationship. And I think that that is something you recognize about them. This feels strongly to me, Pisces, like a reading for some of you out there who have a very close bond and friendship with an individual, right, who is recently gone, and I'm going to say it does feel quite recent, or indeed it may have been a year at the most that they've broken up or that they've lost someone. Now, this doesn't necessarily have to be a relationship breakup, okay? Your person may just be going through a loss. They may have lost someone in some way, right? Connection, or whatever, you know, it could be a friendship. It doesn't have to be a lover, but they're in a lot of like pain about it, right? They miss this individual. They miss the connection with this individual, right? And you can see this. You can see this. You, Pisces, are very busy with work, though. I'm going to say that you're very busy with work, And I'm going to say also, it feels very much like you're being honest about that. This is a reading also for Pisces whose work is them. So it's not a case of you just, being able to be like, I'm going to call in sick. Your work is who you are. The work you do in your life and make money from is something that's very, very important to you. So you're very busy with it. It's not like just, it's not like a time clock that you just punch and you could just take time off for this individual, for this friend, this deep, deep close friend. So there's something there I feel with that. But your friend, when we come here, and I want to say your friend because I've said that quite a few times now in the last couple seconds, because this person is indeed a friend. You two have a really nice long-term friendship bond here. Okay. But I think that it's you who's beginning to entertain the possibility of more. Now, when we go to your person here, we see what? How do they see you? Already they see you as somebody who they identify with, right? Again, you're somebody that they feel a sense of home with, a sense of who they are, right? Resonates strongly. You both may have grown up together. You may be from the same town. You may be, there's something that connects you in a very, I want to say in a very sort of, not like a safe, right? A safe way. Your person is connected to you in a way that they understand who you are. They understand where you come from. You both kind of come from the same place. And when I say the same place, it doesn't have to be the same city, but maybe the same life, maybe the same life outlook or the same life experiences. And then they see this King of Pentacles and Queen of Cups in you. Again, King of Pentacles makes perfect sense because this is a reading for a Pisces who does very well at work. And they love their work. And their work is who they are. And they're very successful. And this is something that they recognize. But they also recognize Queen of Cups in you. And Queen of Cups is a beautiful, deep, sort of empathetic energy, right? She is very, very kind and caring and loving, understanding, right? When she's exalted. If she's in her shadow side, of course, we have other attributes, right? Petulant and sensitive, oversensitive, etc. But here, she really represents someone who is different than the Empress, who's much more nurturing and much more of a motherly figure in a way. The Queen of Cups here, she's just really able to empathize and relate with you on an emotional level, right? She is the energy that validates your emotions. Somebody resonates with this. It's the type of person that makes you feel safe about expressing your emotions, right? That makes you feel like you're bona fide to express your emotions. So how do you both see this relationship? Let's go further. Here it's interesting. You see the relationship as justice, Libra energy coming in, balance. Your person is seeing the relationship or their roles. This position in this spread is, it's dual. So it's how you see the relationship or how you see your partner, and they see High Priestess. So this is some interesting energy. Again, here we go with more major arcana. First of all, for you, that justice, it just feels as though this relationship or the idea of this relationship, right? The idea feels like, it feels like, oh, well, this makes sense, right? This makes sense. This is balance. This is this karmically makes sense, right? It's just, it feels like one of those things. And I think that you feel that, right? I think you also feel like you are able to bring a sense of balance to this person's life, right? That's the role I think you want to play, or that you feel you can play. Let's get some clarity. 10 of Swords. Ooh, and 6 of Swords. Nice. 10 of Swords, 6 of Swords, lovely energy here. Yes, bringing balance, right? Bringing balance because, it's the end of a long sort of journey, a long road of battles, He finally comes home with his sword on his chest. He's gone and dead, right? So that figure, always with most traditional decks, Ten of Swords, there's a figure depicted as having perhaps died, or you know what I mean, with his last sword, or been impaled by his swords. Um, it represents the ego. We're not talking about a literal death of who you are, but this Ten of Swords always represents the death of a portion of you, or the death of the ego, a part of your ego that has been through so much that it is gone now. It's been sort of obliterated. And that's a good thing. We want the ego to be obliterated. And it happens through a lot of battles, a lot of upsets, a lot of blows literally to the ego. Right? A lot of times you have to pick your dignity up off the ground, or you have to check yourself, you know, you have to check your arrogance, right? All of those things are examples of blows to the ego. And what happens is, after some period, you go through this Ten of Swords, the final blow just kind of destroys that person, or that part of your ego. And that's a good thing, because it diminishes the ego. We want the ego to be a smaller target. When the ego is huge, when somebody has a huge ego, it's really simple, you know. We talk about it all the times, you know. Oh, he's got a big ego. He's got a big ego. But or she's got a big ego, right? Let's keep it equal, right? But when we talk about those things, we got to really understand what we're saying. And it means something here too. You know, with Ten of Swords, once that ego, that version of your ego is dead, when it's not completely dead, you're not, now it's a new you have a new ego, but that ego is smaller. So now when we talk about the Six of Swords going along with that end to the ego, end to a period of struggling and strife, a period of having a lot of setbacks, right? You feel like this relationship and your role in this relationship is to bring harmony, is to bring peace. You know, Six of Swords is all about a desire to move towards calmer waters, more peaceful communications, right? To just turn your back on stress, right? Turn your back on fighting that is unnecessary, bickering that is unnecessary. So it feels like closure in a way, right? For your individual, but closure that you're very happy to help bring, that you're very happy to facilitate, right? I get this feeling, I hear this kind of conversation happening of, hey, don't worry about it. You know, this is our time now. Let's do this. Why don't we do this? Why don't we move forward? Why don't we, you know, turn our back on those difficult times, right? There's a real sense of just moving forward with each other. Now, your person is coming in with High Priestess energy, right? The High Priestess is the keeper of secrets. She is the one who has access to sacred knowledge, intuition. She has a strong sense of confidence about her intuitive voice. The High Priestess brings an understanding on a very, very deep level, right? She understands things on a level that other people don't. She can glean information and wisdom on a deeper level from interactions, individuals, whatever comes into her life. She sees beyond the surface. And there is a feeling here with that high intuitive ability that your person may have had an inkling for quite some time that the two of you would indeed get together. Let's see more. Nine of Wands and the Eight of Wands. Yep. So your person, I feel like you're dealing with somebody who may have had an idea that this was going to happen, right? It may have been a knowledge of this leveling up of this relationship for the two of you in the back of their head or deep down inside. Interesting, 9 and an 8 of Wands coming in. So it almost feels as though they may have been waiting for this to happen for quite some time. You know, 9 of Wands, almost similar to the 10 of Swords here, is when you've been going and battling and trying to get to that green pasture, trying to get to that goal, trying to get to where you want to be. And you find yourself still not quite there, right? And you have to dig deeper. It's Mercury. We have Sun in Sagittarius, actually 9 of Wands, right? But then 8 of Wands is more Sagittarius, Mercury in Sagittarius. So you're digging deeper into that strength. And then with that Mercury in Sagittarius, it's like you're able to really communicate, right? You're able to communicate on a lot of levels. A lot of action is happening. Things are moving very quickly, very fast. And so this is the energy that your person is resonating with when it comes to this relationship or how they see their place in it. It almost feels to me like this connection here that they sadly are missing, right? It almost feels like, yes, they miss this. It's sad. They're going through a very sentimental time. But this relationship, regardless of the sadness and everything that's associated with the loss, it's like it's separate from the relationship with you. It almost feels as though they've been waiting for you to come in. They've been kind of waiting for you to realize the connection here. Again, this doesn't have to be a relationship. This could be just the loss of, just a period in their life that they're going through loss and sadness. And for some of you, that's very much the case. This lover's energy that's coming here, it could very well be for a lot of you, your person with this lovers, it can be that through their sadness here, that their loss of something close, a close connection, they're resonating with that lover's energy because of the interactions with you, right? Lovers is very supportive, very balanced, coming together in harmony. Another 6. So for some of you, your person is simply going through a very difficult emotional time right now. And it's through this difficult emotional time that you find yourselves being drawn together. Okay. And it's something that they've been waiting for quite some time, right? Almost as if something has changed here that has allowed you to see them in almost a different light. Almost allowed you to sort of open up to the possibilities of something more than what you have, which what you have is great. It's beautiful. It's a deep connected love and affection. But when I say something more, we're talking about more, I'll turn this around. So final outcomes here we have for you, Devil energy, and for them, Queen of Pentacles. So this is interesting. The Devil is an interesting card. It is the card for Capricorn, and it is associated with the darker side of life. It's associated with addiction. It's associated with self-destructive behavior for the sake of instant gratification, right? But it is also associated with a high degree of creativity. There's something here with this Devil that I feel like is part of maybe a whole beginning of another reading here, Pisces. It almost feels, because these energies are like, you're going to go, for some of you are resonating with this, you're going through this process. And then this is kind of like after this process, new energy that's coming in. Some of you, just as you come together with your person, may be sort of enticed or tempted, or there's some other energy that's going to come in that may, either wreak a little havoc, or somehow it's going to feel like just as everything is coming together and harmonies being established and you guys are beginning to move forward, it almost seems as though there is an outside influence that may indeed come in and sort of disrupt things a little bit. Your person is coming in with Queen of Pentacles. There's a real desire for them to put everything that they can into building something here. Queen of Pentacles, very much like the Empress, is someone who creates, manifests in the physical world through hard work and nurturing and protecting, putting her all into it. She has a deep emotional connection to whatever work she does, whatever she applies her effort to. And so there's a real physical element. It almost feels as though, especially for you, Pisces, for those of you where we earlier established that you are definitely someone who's very connected to your work, you feel very strongly about your work. It could very well be that as towards much later, and I do say that if this is happening for you, this may even be weeks or a couple months later, when this distraction of the devil, this devil energy, this maybe shadow energy comes in, for some of you, your person will be able to step in and sort of help out. And it may be you that begins to falter or have a bit of a shaky period. Okay. But we're going to leave that there. I'm not going to clarify those cards. Those are open-ended. Now, we're going to get into pulling your zodiac signs. These are the 3 zodiac signs I like to pull at the end of the love reading. Again, if you're watching this, you're probably new to my channel. All my love readings, we do the same spread. We follow the same sort of path. And we always pull zodiac runes at the end to see what zodiac signs you may or may not be dealing with. Some of you are dealing with a Libra. Okay, we're going to put that right over there. Yeah, some of you are dealing with that Libra energy. And again, justice is the card for Libra in the tarot, so that makes so much sense. Some of you are dealing with a Gemini. Gemini energy comes in. More air energy, Pisces. Interesting. The Lovers is the card for Gemini, okay? So we're showing up here. And then for some of you, Cancer. All right, Cancer energy. So your sister signs. So we have Libra, Gemini, and Cancer. And I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you so much for joining me. If you want to go deeper, there's an extended reading, which is where I'm going to go right now. I'm going to pull out a fresh deck for clarifiers. Before I do that, let me talk about this King of Swords real quick here. I didn't get to it in the reading, but it's interesting because really King of Swords here underneath of all of it, remember, you come in with Queen of Swords and openness and understanding. I do believe that this King of Swords resonates with your individual, because with that devil coming in, you know, your king, your person, and that Queen of Pentacles for them, I do believe at some point your person is the one who's going to step up and kind of like create structure. Again, you're dealing with somebody who's used to a good, healthy relationship. You're dealing with somebody here who knows how to conduct a relationship, which makes me feel like for some of you, this heartache that they're going through really isn't about a love connection that they've lost, but some other kind of loss they've had. Nevertheless, they're very strong and adamant about keeping structure and keeping honesty. And I think that that's going to play a really positive role when this devil energy comes in a little bit later to wreak a little bit of havoc and just shake things up. All right, guys. So as I said, I'm going to go over to the extended. If you want to watch the extended, you can go ahead into the description at the top. There's a link there. In the extended, I'm going to pull more clarifiers from a fresh deck. We'll look at your oracles and your animal spirits. But for right now, Pisces, thank you so much. If you're new to my channel, thank you for taking the time to watch this reading. I hope it did resonate for you. And that's it. I wish you all love, life, and happiness. And I hope to see you right back here at Bow and Arrow Tarot for your next tarot reading. Bye-bye, guys.